Hello and welcome back to the One Fox Guy YouTube channel. My name is Fox Guy and I'll be talking to you for a couple of minutes. But not only do you have a Fox Guy today I have a special guest. The Big Blue Man, the Azure Hero, the Cerulean Machine. We love him. 8 specifically themed baddies hate him. Give it up for Mega Man! So, Mega Man, it's great to have you on the show. How you doing, buddy? Things going okay? Is the development of Dual Override going well? Okay, I can tell you're a little shy, so why don't we just go somewhere different? That'll ease your tension. This any better? You wanna answer some questions now? Okay, I'll start. How about we just talk about something everybody loves, like Shovel Knight? You can jump in anytime with some comments, okay? Alright then. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove is easily one of my favorite games ever made. You have hours of fun with 5 total games included, and 4 of them being incredible. But what if you're bad at the game or just don't want to play it, and you're interested in the story? Okay, nothing yet, so we'll summarize the entirety of Treasure Trove for those unlucky souls. Just me, I guess. Chronologically, the first campaign is King of Cards, so we'll start there. One day, a sudden card game named Joustus comes out and becomes a huge fad across the valley, and with its popularity, a contest starts. Whoever can beat all 3 of the valley's kings at Joustus will be given a great fortune and be named the King of Cards. Our current main character, King Knight, hears about this through the grapevine and wants to finally become an actual king, so he sets out. After being given a Joustus deck by this random ghost, he comes across the Pridemore Kingdom, with plans to beat King Pridemore. However, the rules state that you just have to beat the kings. Not at cards, but just beat them. So, King Knight decides to beat up King Pridemore, and goes on to beat the Truffle King and the Birder King. After defeating the Birder King, though, he finds out that the evil Enchantress was behind the tournament all along, and it was all a ruse so she could gather an order of powerful knights. So King Knight goes to defeat the Enchantress, but just as she's about to fall in battle, she offers for King Knight to join her order, and so he betrays his friends to become the new king of the Pridemore Kingdom. That was a lot. Pretty crazy, huh, Mega Man? Okay, on to Spectre of Torment. We now follow Spectre Knight, who is tasked by the Enchantress to gather 8 knights for her Order of No Quarter. So he goes to the plains to recruit Black Knight. But Black Knight quickly declines, leading to Spectre Knight needing to go across the valley, recruiting other knights, and getting King Knight to do his duties to the Order. Throughout his recruiting spree, we learn that when Spectre Knight was alive, he was a thief named Donovan. Donovan and his partner Luan met their end, however, at the Tower of Fate, while fighting over a magic amulet against Shield Knight. After Spectre Knight recruits 7 total, not including himself as he is not a part of the Order, Black Knight breaks into the Tower of Fate and spills the beans that the Enchantress is actually Shield Knight. Overcome with feelings of anger and revenge, Spectre Knight goes to kill the Enchantress. But right when she's about to take Luan's son Reese as her 8th Knight, Spectre Knight volunteers himself so that Reese can be spared. That was funny, huh? That random ghost from King Knight's story was actually important. Got any guesses as to where the story goes next, Mega Man? Next is Shovel of Hope. Back before even King of Cards, Shovel Knight and Shield Knight were an adventuring duo, but after Shield Knight seemingly died at the Tower of Fate, Shovel Knight retired into becoming a farmer. Shovel Knight then hears about the Enchantress and the Order of No Quarter terrorizing the valley, and so he sets off to stop them. He journeys across the land, freeing areas from under Order control, and helping out people he meets in villages or just on the pathways. And soon enough, he reaches the Tower of Fate, the Enchantress's lair. But before he can get in, Black Knight stops him, leading to a duel. After Shovel Knight is victorious, Black Knight tells him that the Enchantress is actually Shield Knight, possessed by the evil amulet. So Shovel Knight gets into the tower and defeats the Enchantress, freeing Shield Knight and saving the valley. Nice that the story has a happy ending, huh, Mega Man? Anyway, on to Plague of Shadows. During Shovel Knight's quest, one of the Order's knights, Plague Knight, is on a quest of his own. He's attempting to brew a potion of unlimited power, and needs the essence of the other 7 Order knights and Shovel Knight. While his lab partner Mona is doing research on how to achieve this, Plague Knight goes out and defeats the 7 Order Knights and steals Shovel Knight's essence while he's sleeping. But Black Knight thinks that Plague Knight is doing this to woo another woman, so he tells this to Mona, and she isn't the happiest about it. The thing is, Mona's in love with Plague Knight, and Black Knight was wrong because Plague Knight is in love with Mona. So, determined to win Mona's love, Plague Knight goes to get the Enchantress's essence. After the Enchantress gives Plague Knight her essence, Black Knight runs in with Mona to try and right his wrong. However, the essences start reacting uncontrollably to each other, leading to Plague Knight needing to defeat a monster that they created. After realizing they both love each other, Mona and Plague Knight decide to use the brew to blow up the Tower of Fate, and go home to do science together for the rest of their days. That was all of Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, poorly explained by me. So now I just hope I can get some good interview material out of Mega Man here. I'm done, I can't handle this.
Who hasn't played Shovel Knight?